try this. Washington Free Beacon. Headline, Kamala Harris agrees with the editor at Salon.com. Police officers just harass and take up space in poor communities. Kamala Harris acknowledged Salon's editor-at-large was right about cops after he claimed they just harass and take up space in poor communities. Harris's campaign released a 31-minute campaign video yesterday that included Kamala Harris speaking with black leaders about the U.S. criminal justice system. Near the beginning of the video, the Salon.com editor, a guy named D. Watkins, criticized police officers and their role in poor communities. Quote, we shouldn't have to acknowledge their trauma because they're paid to be there. We live in these places. Police officers have historically not been held accountable because they protect and serve the rich. And then they just harass and take up space in poor communities. I don't see any type of big shift happening with the one term because it's like a cultural thing. Kamala Harris watched this and nodded her head and said, right. This woman's trying to pass herself off as some super-duper law enforcement supporter. She was a tough-as-nails prosecutor as the Attorney General of California, and now she is agreeing with the notion that the cops are just biased, harassing people and taking up space in poor communities. I'm telling you, folks, there is no way anybody is going to be elected president of the United States thinking this or saying this about American policemen. Oh, you might have Colin Kaepernick saying it. You might have a bunch of sports media echoing him, and you might have a bunch of this and that. But you don't have a majority of people agreeing with it. This is the exact kind of thing that irritates people and ticks them off, and it's why Kaepernick doesn't have a job. The police are not the bad guys. And I just, you know, these people, these politicians, they're just, wherever they think they are, nod their heads in agreement if that's what they think the crowd of the moment happens to believe. How hard would it have been to stand up for the cops?